Now, photography. Now, these are my like quick hacks. You don't have to be a pro photographer. Everybody has a cell phone. You don't need any fancy equipment. You literally just have your cell phone. Over the years, I've always gotten the newer iPhone because this is a business investment, right? I can do so much and make so much just off of my cell phone. I don't need fancy equipment. I don't need fancy microphones, right? And I'm going to show you how. So the first thing I always say is, and these rules are specifically for when you're posting images or videos online. That's going to stop what I call stop the scroll, right? People are scrolling all day, everything looks the same. You want to look different. And if you follow some of these rules, it's going to maybe stop that scroll of like nonstop, that wheel, right? So the first one is the rule of thirds. So the rule of thirds is if you have a subject or even if you're highlighting a kitchen and like this, you know, the appliances are the main subject, you don't have to take a dead on photo of it. Putting it on a, think of a grid line, and actually most of your phones all have a grid line option. It's in your settings. Putting it in a third, whether it's the top, the bottom, the left, the right, just creates a little bit more depth and might stand out from all the other photos that are just dead set on. The biggest thing, every time you take a photo or video, the first thing I want you guys to do, the first thing is clean your lens. The amount of, we're touching our phones all day. We are smudging the camera. We don't realize it. If anybody ever notices me with my phone, the first thing I do is I rub it on my pants or whatever, just to like clean those thumbprints off. Because I see one too many like foggy videos and people just think it's the quality, but it's really not. It's just your thumbprint. So if you take 2 seconds, just wipe your phone on your pants, it's going to make that big of a difference with the quality of photos and videos that you're providing. And also focus. So when you are taking something, don't forget to just tap the subject or wherever you're trying to focus in so the camera can adjust. The other thing to think about is you don't have to zoom into things. You can step back, zoom in. You can step forward, not zoom in. So don't think you have to just stand here and zoom in and out. That's going to affect the pixels and the quality. The other thing is find different perspectives. If whenever I do, you know, branding photo shoots, because I consult on those as well. Was that directed on me? I don't know, possibly. It's funny, people see me taking photos, like I'll kneel on the ground or I'll like go on top of you, or I'll like, I usually take like 5 to 10 photos, but I'm always doing it from different angles. In real estate specifically, if you're doing it, if you're showing houses or rooms, the higher you go, the bigger the room feels, the lower you go, the smaller it goes as well. So just keep that in mind when taking those photos. Same thing with Instagram, with lives or stories that you're going on. If you hold the camera a little bit higher, it's different angles and perspectives versus just dead on, right? The other thing, I saw some videos yesterday during my audit. When you're promoting these open houses and events on your stories and you're saying, hey, come to my open house, I never saw any part of the actual house. I just saw you saying, come to the open house. So my recommendation is give them a sneak peek. Why should I go to your house? Let me take a little peek inside. You don't have to show me the whole house, but show me like the really cool fireplace or the really cool backyard. Like give that little teaser, because then that's going to get people more engaged and be like, ooh, yeah, maybe I should go over there and check it out, you know, because that was a really cool feature, right? Avoid zooming in. Like I mentioned, it's going to affect your pixels and it's just going to not look good. Just move, you know, don't be afraid to move around. And then lighting is key, right? Anytime you can have natural light. So like this is the same photo versus flash, it's better. So get by a window, get outside, use natural light to your benefit versus flash. It just washes everything out. And then catch people's attention with movement. Obviously video, right? But we know there's other things. There's boomerangs, there's, you know, there's different options, but movement is what we mentioned is going to stop the scroll versus just a static image. I've run millions of dollars in ad spend for all of our clients. And I've tested over the years, you know, static images, carousel images, which is the scrolling ones, video used to not win pre Facebook cutting off business pages. After Facebook did that, video and TikTok was created, video was now king when we're talking about ad dollars. So if in ad dollars, video is now always winning, that just tells you it's going to be the same thing with your posts or whatever you're doing online. Now, how do we make videos, right? This is actually an older franchise client that I mentioned. I used to record a whole year's worth of commercials in one day, because it was that simple, or talking head videos in less than, 20 minutes. This is just, again, talking about what I just mentioned. TikTok took over and YouTube. So video is king. It stops the scroll. Video gets the point across more, right? So if you just have a post versus you talking about something, you're getting your message across much better in that sense. So this is what I call talking head videos. I've done it a million times. And it works. And for people who are not video pro or savvy or don't know where to start, this is where I'm telling you to start. Okay. Come up, just write down 10 to 20, however many you can come up. I always recommend minimum of 10, but come up with 10 to 20 questions of what are your potential clients asking? What do they want to know? Right. So just going to write this down on a little notepad, whatever in your niche, what are those 10 questions? There's actually also a website. Is it askme.com? I'll find out the website. You actually put in a topic like buying in Denver, and it'll give you the top Google search questions having to do with what you typed in. Let me write that down so I don't forget. And I'll share that with you. And that could help you actually come up with those 10 to 20 questions, right? Because now you're actually looking at real data of what people are asking you. Now you're going to get someone to help you, or just get a tripod. One of these like little things. I think it's like $5 on Amazon, super inexpensive and easy, and just set it up. Think of your background always, right? Is there branding, or are you in a beautiful, maybe you're showing a house and you have, 20 minutes before time, and it's a really beautiful house that you think it would be a great background for you. Take those 20 minutes and like use, record. This specifically, I wanted the brand in the back. And now I like to do it with someone, honestly, so I'll usually ask the question and they just answer it naturally. If you don't have someone to do it to you, you could just read it out loud to yourself and then answer it back. So let's say you do have someone that can help you out, have them hit record and don't stop. Even if you mess up, don't worry, just hit record and don't stop recording. And so now we're going to ask the questions like, hey, what's the number one tip that buyers need to know in Denver? And then you're going to answer with the question and the answer, right? So you're going to say, the number one tip or the number one advice that buyers in the Denver area want to know is blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. Next question. You're going to do that back to back without stopping the recording. Even if you mess up, do it again. And then finally at the end, you're going to hit, once you're done with all the 10 questions, now you're going to hit stop. Now you probably have like a 5-minute to 6 to 8 minute video, which you can either edit on your cell phone by just clipping, right? Or, on Fiverr, wherever, there's tons of people who can just edit that video out, and all they're going to edit is the you talking part. We're not going to hear the person asking the question. That's why it's really important. You have to include the question in your answer, right? That way you can have the entire piece in one thing. So then that's what you could post. So now in less than 5 to 6 minutes, you've created 10 talking head questions, and each one can be delivered. Like we used to do Wellness Wednesdays, right? So we would post a video every Wednesday about, hey, what am I doing what should I be doing during my massage? What is the difference between Swedish and deep tissue? What is massage therapy? I didn't post them all at once. Now I'm sprinkling them out throughout the week. So now I have consistent video content. But that's a way to create video in literally less than 10 minutes. Answerthepublic.com. I'm pretty sure that is it. Yeah. Can you do that? Let me make sure I'm not missing any questions. Cool. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to open it now. Is it going to do it? I'm pretty sure that's it. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Let's go back to here. Cool. Any questions on talking head videos? This is something so simple. Everybody can do. I even paid someone on Fiverr like $20 to make a really cool like logo intro, logo outro thing. Fiverr is good for little things like that, that are simple and usually really inexpensive. Now, I'm going to share this with you later on. I created a little, what I call lead magnet or cheat sheet on some advice of what you can start doing for video topics. This specifically covers TikTok. Remember, people also want to see you as a human, right? You want to humanize yourself. You want to make yourself relatable. And I always say that stories or TikTok, if anybody sees me posting online, you'll see everyone's like, oh my God, Steph cooks all the time. She loves to cook, blah, blah, blah. She's always like having food, but you don't see that on my posts. I'm not posting food. It's in my stories. Everybody's watching my stories. And that's where they're getting that behind the scenes look. Anytime people can get a behind the scenes, they love it. Absolutely love it. So like your workday morning routine. Oh, the morning of life of a realtor, right? How much paperwork do you have to go through? Oh my gosh, 500 pages for one sale of house. That's ridiculous, whatever. So like little behind the scenes things like that is really good for video. If you want a really great example, we have some agents here at Madison that I saw their videos yesterday during the social audit, and I thought it was great. So Willardson Homes, you look her up on Instagram. Her videos are funny and great. And this is her Instagram, but remember these videos can be repurposed to Reels, to TikTok, and so on. So just because you created one video, don't only put it on one platform. Trang has a great TikTok as well. Check out her videos. You know, she's constantly posting, you know, pretty good following, you know, to start with. Pretty awesome. Look who's on here. Check out these videos. They're really, really good. So follow some of the agents that are doing this really well. And I think it's going to inspire you and also help you and kind of say like, hey, I can do that too. Or even go and ask them for advice, ask them for help. And I'm sure as Madison as a whole, we've always been very, very good at sharing and supporting each other. Anyone want to meet up and make a couple talking head videos together? DM me. Absolutely. When you do it, invite me. I'll be there. I'll help you guys out as well. Is the template for Facebook cover page going to be in Design Suite? No, it's not, just because that can change so much, but it will be a Canva template. Anybody can have a free Canva account, and we'll be providing that.